Alright, you guys, so take two. And the first video was short, but it got cut off. Maybe I'll re-upload it. I don't know. Maybe I'll use this one. Um, I want to talk about Beirut, and I want to talk about this, I guess, supposed, um, I don't know. It says massive fireball explodes over above Chinese city. Before I get to that, I'm not sure if this lights out situation ties into that, but just know, just like Dabu said, that they can just turn off the lights, and for whatever reason, we're seeing them do this with people that they say are having parties during the pandemic, and they don't like it. Also, um, we got to keep in mind, no one in New York expected this type of lights out situation, or even the threat of tornadoes, even though I think we've seen them earlier this year. To during, and nobody expected a hurricane to continue to strengthen or cause so much destruction and all throughout, the up and down or up the entire East Coast, like it did. Okay, a tropical storm, Hurricane I, as a Cat 1 at that. Okay, yes, hurricanes can spawn tornadoes, but to stay at that strength. All right, this is why I say, not to cause fear, but I'm sure the people in those regions in the Northeast never expected that type of situation. So stay, without fear, but also use wisdom and being prepared for anything. Candles, flashlights, a little bit of food. You do not want to wait until something really bad happens, and be without. Okay, so to this wrecking ball dream, when I seen the video directly under this, which was sent to me, it happened 3 days ago. Apparently, we have the explosion in Beruit initially reminded me of this wrecking ball dream. Okay, I had the dream. There was a guy on top of a tall building / skyscraper, and there was a large wrecking ball that took out, just like the depiction, took out or crashed into the upper floors of this building while he was standing on it and like filming. Okay, and I was above him at an aerial view, and he was like, "Whoa, whoa, you guys didn't see me here?" It kind of had like a construction feel, but I did not see any cranes or anything like that in the vision. Okay, so I explained that in the video. I initially thought of the 9/11 situation in the Twin Towers, how the planes went into the upper floors of the Twin Towers. I just immediately got that type of feel. Okay, and the Lord had already taken me down like the lane that everything was going to begin in New York. Okay, I wasn't given the knowledge of whether or not it would be New York, but I had already done like 3 or 4 videos where the Lord showed me that things would begin in New York, and they did. New York was named the epicenter of the pandemic. Okay, but someone, I don't know if it was during the update the next day, but a sister let me know that it helped give her clarification of the dreams or visions that she had. And she also informed me that ground zero means the site of a nuclear explosion site, area, which I didn't know that. There are two definitions, either the base or the start of happenings. Okay, that's what ground zero means, or it can mean the site of some type of nuclear explosion. If we don't know, and I talked about this in the previous video before I redid it, there was an engineer or someone who specializes in demolition, along with the reports of vans being seen going in and out of the Twin Towers nights or days before the planes crashing into that building. Long story short, it was found, and from his professional opinion, that the buildings were wired, and that's why we see such extreme heat. And we saw the buildings fall as they did. Okay, that's a very long story short. I wish I knew who put that video out. It was a great video on the evidence of the attacks being an inside job. Okay. What else I'm trying to think of? The next day, in real life, after I had the dream, there was a gas explosion that took out the upper floors of this five floor apartment building in Russia. And when I seen it, it immediately reminded me of the vision I had the night before. Okay, but what took this building out was a gas explosion, they say. Okay, and then of course when I seen the blast in Beirut, that kind of reminded me. Well, it really was the video of the missile, which is supposedly being debunked right now, but the video of the missile going into that building, that caused the shock wave to go, miles from that building in Beirut. Now, Beirut and where that explosion took place can be considered to be the ground zero, where either everything starts or an explosion site. And with the reports of radiation being detected in that area, who knows what's going on? Okay, you guys? But the idea and the footage, okay? Just the footage of everything that happened around that area, it looks like another ground zero, okay? An explosion site, of course, but just the center of where things might just, I can't even say because things have been going on, but I know right now Israel is it had been intercepting as of yesterday explosive balloons or something in northern Israel from Gaza. And anyway, things might just heat up. Okay. There was one video that I seen yesterday. It was sent to me. Also, I'll play it here.
我抽啥了是啊？
Lightning reportedly struck a building that was under construction. Okay, this reminded me of the initial dream where the wrecking ball went into the building that seemingly, there was a worker on the top of it.
哎呦，哎呦我啥呀？这是啥呀？我的天哪！
我抽啥了是啊？ 是我啊。
Alright, you guys, so was that lightning? Very could be, but I've done 2 videos saying that every year, the same time, we have wildfires and we have direct, some form of some of those wildfires in California were proven to be direct energy weapon, started by direct energy weapons, okay, lasers, so on and so forth. I don't know, that's 2 or 3 years ago. But every year we seem to have some type of direct energy weapon being used. Wildfires and something else that yearly, I know the first year, almost to the month or the week, we had the repeat of it, okay? And I've already done it. I've mirrored a video, just to wrap up this video. I mirrored a video where in Iran and here in the U.S., we were having fires and things of that nature at different manufacturing sites, different plants, the ship, of course, and then also in Iran. And just like weekly, they've been having just odd happenings of fires and at different sites. And the whole point of the video, I'll look for it and I'll leave it below because I mirrored it maybe about 2 weeks ago, was, is there a cyber war going on between the US and Israel and Iran? And that's why we're having all these different things that you probably didn't know about, didn't hear in the news. Okay, you guys? Very short video. I'll leave it below. But we shouldn't rule out the use of any type of weapon, okay? Right now, things are really, really heating up, and especially in the Middle East. I don't know what's going to happen after this thing here with Beirut. Okay, just wanted to bring some insight and kind of do an update on that vision. I would expect it, perhaps, God forbid, but with everything that's really going on, all these buildings just catching on fire and so on and so forth, nobody's really explaining what's going on. Hope for the best. Just pray for the best. But we got to be prepared for the worst in every situation. And our redemption draws nigh on top of that. Okay? We just don't want to put nothing past these people. Things is popping off crazy every week. All right, you guys? I'll talk with you later. I'll leave some videos below. Maybe the videos that I showed here. And I'll find that one that was mirrored showing the happenings between the United States and the U.S. Silently being not reported on. Okay, you guys? Talk with you later.